A conservative writer who, just for the record, works for MSNBC, so it's an MSNBC conservative. But either way, conservative writer Charlie Sykes believes that the United States Department of Justice is letting Trump off too easy. And he's right. He is 100% correct. This is something we have obviously been saying for a very long time. But let me read to you what Mr. Sykes had to say. You may have seen this movie before. Again and again during Trump's campaign, his presidency, and now his post-presidency, we've seen responsible figures determine that something must be done about Trump's behavior. And then inevitably they decide to let someone else do it. They've rationalized their timidity as political prudence, but the result has been a pandemic of buck passing. Like other establishment figures who were rolled over by Trump, Mueller was held hostage by his excessive faith in guardrails, institutional integrity, and the virtues of staying in one's lane. Whatever DOJ does, Trump will let loose the dogs of disinformation, deceit, and obstruction. Knowing it can't control the reaction, maybe the select committee should just do the right thing and finally, end the cycle of timidity, self-deterrence, and buck passing. I don't disagree, except right here where I do kind of disagree, and that is the fact that the committee cannot actually charge him with a crime. The committee, unfortunately, does have to pass the buck. And that's what kind of sucks about it. They do not have the authority to charge him with a crime. The DOJ does. So any criminal referrals that Liz Cheney swears we're getting out of here would have to be sent to the DOJ, and the DOJ would have to make the determination about whether or not to charge at that point. Kind of like Mark Meadows, who has a criminal referral that's now been sitting at the DOJ for 5 months. And nothing. 4.5 months, actually. Either way, way too long for a criminal referral to be sitting there without any action being taken on it at all. The fault of that, of course, lies with the Department of Justice itself. But Sykes is not wrong. I mean, we did see time and time again, and as he points out with the Mueller report, like, he had him. He refused to do it because he was like, well, the DOJ can't. No, the DOJ could. Right? That was a guideline written in a memo during the Watergate years because they didn't want Nixon to get indicted. It's not a rule of the agency. It was a guideline written by a bunch of corrupt criminals because they didn't want to go down. Mueller could have, he chose not to. The committee, we could be looking at the same thing. Not with officially charging him, but with the recommendations. That's what worries me a little bit, and I think that's what Sykes is talking about here. You're going to let him walk on everything? You're going to pick and choose which ones you want to get him for? Or are you going to do the right thing and send a criminal referral for every single action that man took before, during, and after the events of January 6th? That's the question weighing on everybody's minds. And apparently even conservatives are ready to finally see Donald Trump go down. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.